Yesterday we saw how Brahmaji was involved with the creation of his four sons, that is Sanak, Sanatan and all. And you also understood that how he got disturbed by his own sons not following what he is saying. It's a very common phenomena in our world, and we have to ensure that that doesn't happen in our world at all. The children want to become spiritual and they want to go and live in the name of God, but the father is very reluctant. He says, why don't you produce more children and get married and so on. The the children, that is all these Sanatan and all, they are very upset about it. And Brahmaji becomes furious. And from his anger, from his eyebrows, comes the anger. And that anger creates Rudra. And when he creates Rudra, he tells Rudra that, see, I'm going to give you different places to sit, where you can rule that particular place. So we have given all those places like air, water, and different locations in the body, including the breath, and so on and so forth. And he has been given wives so that he can create more children. Without any instruction, clear instruction, he is supposed to do something. So he overdoes it. So Rudra overproduces, and that overproduction of all the Rudras that are there, plus the Ganas that keep on coming, they create a lot of problem in this world. And so to calm him down, Brahmaji has to tell him that kindly don't do this. You have to calm down your anger, which is none other than Brahmaji's own anger, if you know. It is reflecting on the other person. That means Brahmaji's anger is reflecting in Rudra. That is why the Rudra becomes, red. The color of that particular being is red in color, red and black. And so he has to ensure that this kind of thing doesn't happen. So he tells him, go and sit in the Himalayas, or go and sit in a cold place or lonely place where you can do meditation and you can calm yourself down. So this is basically how he tells him to go and calm himself. After that, Brahmaji starts to think that I have to bring knowledge in this world. And so he produces a lot of children who are more or less concerned with knowledge. And that is why the Rishigans come into the picture. So there are various rishis like Atri Muni and Vashishta and Vishwamitra and Narada, and all those people come about. And all these Rishigan who are there, they are also not keen on producing children and the future generation, because they are Rishi Munis. Okay? See, we also got into this idea that the Rishi Munis have children, but they are not the children that we are thinking of. Okay? Understand one thing, whenever a person goes to their Gurukul, so any person who is taken into the fold of the Gurukul by the Guru becomes a Guru Putra. So it is not like creating babies, but it is more like having a Guru Putra or a Guru Putri. Alright, I hope you got this clear. And this is where the whole thing is going. So now we are going to understand a very important part of Brahmaji's life, which is not appreciated, which is not to be, I would request you to listen to it, because this is how it works. But ensure that this is not what happens in the material world. So let us start today's satsang. So we are doing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 12, Verse 28. O Vidura, we have heard that Brahma had a daughter named Vak, who was born from his body and who attracted his mind towards sex, although she was not sexually inclined towards him. Now Srimad Bhagavatam is talking on the lines of how this happened. Now Brahmaji has created his own daughter. Vak is nothing but, the language that comes about, the knowledge that comes about. Okay, it is the goddess concerned is Saraswati. She's called Saraswati. Now Brahmaji looks at his own creation and falls in love with his own creation, which is a dangerous precedent. Now just imagine there is a master chef and he loves his own creation. Will he allow somebody else to eat? I don't think so. Even if there is a person who is a creative genius, like an artist, or those who are creating different kinds of things, they find that they have created something very extraordinary. They don't even want to give it to the world. This is a dangerous precedent. And this is what the world has to avoid. You may be having a lot of things which are very important to you. That means you may be an artist, you may be a very great author or a writer or a speaker, or you may have so much amount of knowledge. That knowledge is not for you. That work or whatever the function that you are very good at is not actually meant for you. It is meant for giving it to the world. Please remember these words. Even if you are earning money, the money is not meant for you, because remember, whatever you earn goes out through the other way. Isn't it true? And that is the reason why we have to understand that if you are gaining knowledge, it is not because you have to be that selfish person to use it or to consume it, but to pass it on to the world. So when Brahmaji is attracted towards, a heinous act of a sexual act, he is lusty towards his own creation, which is actually not such a good thing. And when they are thinking like this, when this person thinks like this, it leads to destruction. In the material world also, I have often told all the women folks in this world, you should never trust any man. It could be your own father, your own brother, or any other person in this world, simply because if you are a little bit, better looking or whatever, or not even that, the lust comes into the picture instantly. This lust grows in darkness. Please remember this. The lust grows in darkness. And the lust is destructive energy. It leads you to sin. And Brahmaji performs this action of sin. So, but that particular object, whatever the creation that has happened, is not at all interested like this. Ours is one scripture where it is very clear that a man should never be attracted to his daughter. Please remember this. This is a very important thing. Your own creation, your own daughters, it should not be your, you should not be attracted towards. Very important. Our world, in my world, for keeping this world in a very safe position, I call everybody by the name Ma. Ma means mother. Mother doesn't give us lustful thoughts. Mother means you are giving this person the thoughts of a mother, a position of a mother. So we call everybody, every person in my world, I will call Ma, every lady. That child it could be a child, or it could be a grown-up, or it could be an old lady. Does not matter. They are all mothers. So, thus finding their father so deluded by the act of immorality, the sages headed by Marichi, all sons of Brahma, spoke as follow with great respect. Now, the sons are there. These sons are great Rishi Munis. They are seeing their father perform this kind of a despicable act. When they see their father doing this kind of an action, the sons, they are very much disturbed, and they say to their father, "Oh father, this performance in which you are endeavoring to complicate yourself was never attempted by any other Brahma, nor by anyone else, nor by you in the previous kalpa, nor will anyone dare to attempt it in the future. You are the supreme being in the universe. So how is it that you want to have sex with your own daughter and cannot control your desires?" See, our scriptures are very, very critical on this issue, and we have to ensure that this doesn't happen in this material world. Your own creation, okay, it is not meant for you, yourself. So selfishness or that egoistic nature of yours have to be destroyed. So we have to give respect. We have to give them that position. And the sons are telling the father, how can you think of having sex with your own daughter? Brahmaji, please understand, in every kalpa, in every time when Brahmaji has been created, he has never done this in his life. Why is it that you want to go and spoil this whole thing? It is not a good thing for you to do. The children are very upset. The gurus and the entire Rishigans are very upset. They literally come and tell Brahmaji this thing. Even though you are most powerful being, this act does not suit you because your character is followed for spiritual improvement by people in general. So you are that great person where everybody follows you for your spiritual knowledge. Isn't he the father of the Vedas? We are going to learn that he is the father of Vedas, and he is the father of even Saraswati, the knowledge goddess. And people are going to follow you because spirituality goes through Brahmaji, the knowledge, absolutely. So the sons, all the sons like Marichi and everybody over there, even Narada says to their father, Brahmaji, you should not be doing this. This is a despicable act of trying to become lustful for your own daughter. And because people are going to look at you and they are going to say that, Father, you should not be doing this kind of a thing. What kind of a precedent are you going to set for the future? See, those who are in the world of spirituality, if you believe that you are a spiritual being, you have to stay far from all these actions, because all these actions are going to lead you towards destruction, no doubt about it. But what is the most important thing? You have a whole host of people watching you. Everybody is there watching you. And if you are that spiritual person who is higher up in the spiritual rung, you are setting up an example for others. Vak means words that come out. Words. Words are important. These words have to be weighed when you are saying them. Saraswati is the knowledge. We do not throw words out of our mouth just for the heck of it. These words which fall out of the mouth of the gurus and the saints and the spiritually perfect people, they are very, very important and they are observed by others. So whatever you speak, it should never be the wrong thing. Otherwise, it is like doing something to your own daughter. Are you understanding these words? Please do not attempt that kind of a thing. Weigh your words before speaking. The day you are spiritually perfect, the day you are on the path of spiritual, you cannot speak ill language, you cannot speak bad language, you cannot speak anything against any person. No, it is a clear no. It is despised in our world of spiritual. And this act which is done by such spiritual perfect people or spiritual improved people are going to be observed by others, and they will set a bad precedent. And that is the reason why we have to avoid this kind of actions. Let us offer our respectful obeisance unto Sri Krishna, who is his own effulgence, while suited in himself, has manifested this cosmos. May he also protect religion for all goodness. Now, these gurus, these great sages and saints who are there like Atri Muni, Marichi, Vashishta and all that, they pray to Sri Krishna and they say to him, please guard us against all these wrong things. Please ensure, that these kind of wrong actions do not happen, especially in the spiritual and the religious world. When you see so many cases coming out in the open, where there are great gurus, where there are great, church priests and ministers and this and that connected to the church and temples and this and that, all the spiritual institutions, when they perform these kind of actions, when they go and do something wrong like this, it is a despicable action and it should never be done. Because Sri Krishna is the one who has created this world. He has created this world for the betterment, so that things can go in a better manner. And you have to be very, very careful with how you deal with this world around. I hope you get this. So if you are on the path of religiosity, ensure that you never have any bad thoughts about somebody who is very close to you. Alright? The father of all Prajapatis, this is verse 33. Brahma, thus seeing all his Prajapati sons speaking in this way, became very much ashamed and at once gave up the body he had accepted. Later that body appeared in all directions as the dangerous fog in darkness. See, for the sake of performing a heinous act like this with Saraswati, Brahmaji had to take up a body for performing that action. It's a very strange phenomena which may not be understood by a common man. Think on the lines of a divine entity. He comes down to the level of a person who is at that level and wants to perform these kind of heinous sexual acts. He creates a new body for himself. This is a sinful body. This body is called a sinful body. When the sinful body performs the sin, this body is extremely dangerous. It creates too much of problems in the world. So Brahmaji, who has been reprimanded by his own sons and the Rishigans over there, is ashamed of his own self for having such a bad thoughts about his own daughter. And so he discards that body which was meant for the purpose of having body activity with his own daughter. And when he leaves that body in turn creates a fog and a darkness around him. Which means whenever an action which is performed for these kind of sinful activities leads us on the path of darkness, that is ignorance. Understand? So whatever you speak from your mouth, which is a dangerous precedent, can cause you miseries throughout your life. Isn't it true? Just imagine, this is how the whole world is. So it appears like darkness in this whole world. So now, we move to the next one. Now this story of Saraswati and Vak is over. Okay. Now we will move on to the next part of this. What happens after that? So Brahmaji is very sad that he was doing this kind of a thing. So what does he do? He thinks that now is a time for me to bring out the good in the world. So let us see what he does. So we are doing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 12, verse 34. Once upon a time, when Brahmaji was thinking how to create the world as in the past millennium, the four Vedas, which contains all varieties of knowledge, became manifested from his four mouth. So, now this is the story where Brahmaji is going to create the knowledge of the Vedas. So he has got four mouths, remember, in four directions, north, south, east, west, correct? So from his mouth comes knowledge, the knowledge incarnate. The Vedas are nothing but the knowledge incarnate emitted from the mouth of Brahmaji. Remember, this knowledge was given to him by Sri Krishna himself, right? You know this. So this knowledge gets emitted. So how does it work? The four kinds of paraphernalia for conducting the fire sacrifice became manifest. The performer, that is the person who chants it, Udgata. The offerer, the person who offers the oblations. Sorry. The fire, that is the kunda where this is offering is given. And the action that is performed in terms of supplementary Vedas. We'll have to wait till the light comes back. So anyway, I'll just continue. The actions which happen. One moment. All right. So now these four Vedas are there. Vedas are the words which are spoken from the mouth by Brahmaji. Now when they are spoken, they need to be further purified. That means they further have to go into this world for performing actions. So along with it, other things come into the picture. The things that come into the picture is called sacrifice. I will explain once this verse is over how this works. And so they manifest as a performer, the chanter, the offerer, the person who offers, the fire, the action performed in terms of supplementary Vedas. Also the four principles of religiosity. This is very important. You can note it down if you wish to. The four principles of religiosity. First one is called the truth. Second one is called austerity. Third one is called mercy. And the fourth one is called cleanliness. You got to have these four things in you if you really want to become a religious person. Any person who wants to be religious, wants to be following the path of spirituality, they have to be clean people. That means they have to have cleanliness in them. Number one. Second, they need to be having what is called as mercy towards this whole world. See, we have to be merciful. We have to be kind and compassionate towards everybody. You can't be trashing everybody. You have to show your mercy. Understand how Jesus Christ said, there is Christmas going on across the world. What did he say on the cross? He said on the cross to his Father in heaven, he said, forgive them, Lord, for they do not know what they are doing. He was very merciful towards the world. It's not that he told his Father, go kill, destroy these people. No, that's not the way to be done. It is always you have to show mercy and compassion towards this world. These words go hand in hand, mercy and compassion. Then the third one is you have to be austere. Austerity is a very simplistic term. Let us say you are doing puja. Just ensure that you are a clean person sitting and doing the puja. In the world of austerity, cleanliness is important. The way in which you perform the puja is extremely important. You got to have the ingredients that are necessary. You got to have that entity in front of you. Alright? And the 4 people which are required, I will tell you. The 4 things that are required also, I will tell you. So become austere in that. You cannot be doing puja for the heck of it. You have to do it in a very synchronized manner. Think about it like this, that you may have a puja light every day in a temple. Have you seen the puja is performed at a specific hour? Have you noticed it? If you go to any temple, have you noticed that the puja is performed in a particular manner? So we have to perform that kind of an austere deeds. And the last but not the least is called truth. We always have to speak the truth. See, godliness is all about truth. Lying happens to be a second nature of human being. The person will lie very instantly. They won't even, wait for that 1 second. If you ask someone, are you hungry? No, I am not hungry. It is so easy for the person to say those words. Why? I am thinking that if I say I am hungry, you will have to go and make something for me. Have you noticed how people talk? So we have to be very truthful in our spiritual world. Okay? You have done some wrong action, you have to ask for pardon. Remember, the last word is called mercy, isn't it? God is all merciful, please understand. And when doing this puja or this action, there are a couple of things that we have to take into account. First and foremost, that is called the performer, person who is performing the puja. Even in the temples, have you seen there is a person who performs the puja who is a Panditji? He is the one who is doing all those kinds of things inside, isn't it? Then there is a second person who is called the offerer. That is you. You are standing over there in front of the temple and you are offering something, isn't it? You may be offering fruits, you may be offering garlands, you may be offering agarbatti, whatever that you are offering, or you may be offering money. This is the second thing that is required. The third one is the action, the fire that is happening. What is the fire? The fire is that object for which we are doing this offering. So in a temple, the main block where the Lord is sitting, that is the third object. And the fourth one is the action performed. What action is being performed? So in your own household, let us say you have a house. And in your house, you have a devghar, a place where you are doing puja. First and foremost, keep that place clean. And when you are doing the puja, you be perfectly clean. Got the point? Remember this. Don't just sit there, dirty person. Alright? Then, you have to be doing something in a very austere manner. Don't put dirty flowers. Don't try to, get some cheap oil and cheap kind of stuff in this world and try to offer it to God. When you can wear good clothes, when you can go around everywhere very nicely, your food is very nice, why is it that you want to offer God something very cheap? People like to buy cheap stuff from outside and offer it to God. Why is it so? If you are eating ghee, why not offer ghee, to the gods also? So in the lamps you can put ghee also, or put the best of the oils available. Nobody is saying anything to you. You should never be cheap. Because when you are doing puja, when you are being that austere person, don't go and buy cheap what we call rice and, the kumkuma that is available. People love this kind of nonsense, They will go and buy the cheapest garland from the market. For what? For your own sake, you can spend 1,000 rupees on just one small bill in some restaurant. Why is it that you're offering cheap kind of garlands to God? Okay? Offer something nice. You understood? And do the prayers. Prayers have to be said. So learn the prayers. You can design your own prayers, okay? The prayers are very simply like this. First and foremost, we always praise Ganesha. Because this is the system. The system says, first we all have to invoke Ganesha. Then we can invoke Saraswati, Ma Saraswati. Then we can talk about our own Guru. So you have a Guru. So you can pray to the Guru. You can pray to Ma Saraswati, second, third Guru. And fourth one is the divinity, your own deity who is there. Now you may have Sri Krishna, you may have Shivji or whoever concerned. Does not matter. Whatever is your Ishta Devata, you have to pray to him. There are specific prayers. If you ever go to some temples where there is a Guru's temple, Guru. Have you noticed the Samadhi Mandir and all are there? So if you go to Sai Baba's Samadhi or you go to say Belur Mutt or some such place, do you know that there are specific prayers written for the Guru also? Do you know this? Like we have this Arati Sai Baba and all that for Sai Baba. What is it about? We are saying prayers for that particular deity who is there. For that person, it is Sai Baba is the deity. So he is saying Baba's Arati. So these are the things which came about. Remember this. So in the sacrifice that we are going to do while praying, one person has to say the words. Udgata. He is supposed to say the words. Other person is doing the offerings. It could be flour, it could be water, it could be anything. Second person has to do that. It could be an agarbatti, it could be a pancharati or whatever it is. The second person has to be this offerer. Offerer. There is an offering to be kept in front of you. Whatever the offering, it could be even some few grains of sugar, does not matter. Some offering needs to be put. Maybe a fruit, maybe something that you can offer. That is it. You are invoking the gods. All these are part of and parcel of our life. We have to do it in a very simplistic manner. You may not know great prayers, but at least you can say a few prayers. So say them. Today we are not learning anything. Please remember this. In the world of artificial intelligence, you don't need to learn everything. Even your formulas which you used to learn earlier is no longer needed for you to by heart them. We used to by heart the geometry, physics and other formulas that are there. Today you just use straight away the inference which is given. Why? Because the computers are doing everything. You are not supposed to be doing. So in today's day and age, when the prayers have to be said, they may be compacted. They may be made into a very small prayer. Does not matter. At least say that much. That has to be said. So Ganesh, Saraswati, Guru, your Ishta. And let us say you are celebrating a particular function. Or celebrating, let us say, Dashera. Okay, then Durga Ma's prayers are there. So they can be said. So there is a system that we need to follow. And some offering has to be given. So the duties of the four social order became manifest. So all this came from the mouth of Brahmaji. Vidura said, "O great sage, whose only wealth is penance, kindly explain to me how and with whose help Brahmaji established the Vedic knowledge which emanated from his mouth." So Vidura is asking this question to Maitreya Muni. He said to the Maitreya Muni, "Can you please tell me how these Vedas came about and how they got transmitted Because remember, Vedas manifested from the mouth of Brahmaji. We have heard this in the previous verses. Maitreya said, beginning from the front face of Brahma, gradually the four Vedas, which are called Rig, Yajur, Sam and Atharva, became manifested. So these four Vedas came from the four different mouths of Brahmaji. Starting from the front one, the one that is in front of you, the Veda that came about is called Rig, or in other words we call it the Rig Veda. It's Rig, okay? And thereafter Vedic hymns which have not been pronounced before, priestly rituals, subject matter of recitation and transcendental activities were all established one after the other. So then just the Vedas never emanated. Along with it, how we have to say them, what is the methodology, how people are there, what kind of people are there, who can say this, all these paraphernalia came after that. So, the Vedic hymns pronounced before. Priestly rituals. What are the rituals that they have to do? You see, the priests are going to perform the rituals, isn't it? And when the priests are going to perform the rituals, they do certain actions. I'm sure you might have seen them in the temples do these kind of actions. So they perform certain actions. So what those actions are and how they go about doing, that is also come from the mouth of Brahmaji. Then the priestly ritual, the subject matter of recitation. What has to be recited? Didn't I tell you just now how you have to do your own prayers? Lighting lamps and doing this puja, putting some flowers and all that. It is like this in today's day and age when people do not have the time every day to do a puja. I have seen, because people go to work early in the morning, come back late in the night. Maybe you can just put one agarbatti at least, some lamp you can put, something you can do. That much you need to do. Alright. So recitation has to be done. Some recitation of some prayer has to be done. Some transcendental activities, whatever activities that have to be done, they have to be done at that moment in time. That means offering of flowers and water and this and that, whatever. So we will do the next verse, which is 38, and then we will do the verse 39. These are the two verses we will do. He also created medical science, military art, musical art, and architectural science, all from the Vedas. They all emanated one after another, beginning from the front face. So the art of military, we may think that, what is this? Why military action has to be done? Of course, it is needed. You will find that today in this world, we all have to perform military actions. Now, military actions need not be directly facing the enemy. It could be something which can happen otherwise also. Okay. So military actions are important. Musical arts. The musical arts also came from his mouth. And the architectural sciences. All this came from the mouth of Brahmaji. These are different Vedas. Like say for example, archery. It is called Dhanur Vidya. Dhanur Vidya. So Dhanur Vidya basically actually means archery. It came from the mouth of Brahmaji. It has got a certain thing which is used. Now you may say, today who uses bow and arrow? Well, are we not using it for launching our missiles? We have different places where we launch our missiles from. The art of launching a torpedo, launching a missile, launching a bomb, whatever it is that art which is important. It is Dhanurvidya. Please understand this. Do not think that it is only about, pulling a bow and then firing an arrow. Nothing like that. Okay. So all this emanated. Then he created the fifth Veda. The fifth Veda is called the Puranas and the histories. What are we doing today? We are doing Bhagavad Puran. What are we doing? The Bhagavad Puran we are doing, isn't it? The story of God, that came as a fifth Veda. So we are doing the fifth Veda just now. So he created the Puran and the histories, the way in which things are going to happen from the past. Like we have to go backwards in time to understand the flow. All from his mouth, since he could see the past, the present and the future. So Brahmaji has created so many beautiful things. So we have come to the end of this verse, that is verse 39. So we are going to stop over here for today.